Good afternoon. I want to thank you all for coming today and start off with a question. Have you ever been in a terrible storm at home and the lights go off?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the power goes out. Did you panic for a moment? These are the conditions that a blind person functions under every single day. Now, none of us are immune to the possibilities of having a disability. There are many diseases. There are often a lot of sickness and even accidents. We're only here by the grace of God, and we have to ask Him to protect us. So, this is something that I can really speak on because 13 years ago, I lost the majority of my eyesight. In addition, I've also been married to a person for over 30 years who is completely blind, so I understand the frustrations of being disabled. Now let's talk about some figures. According to the National Bureau of Labor and Statistics, there are about 8 million blind people in the United States. Coincidentally, the majority of them are in California, about 700,000. Now, according to the National Federation of the Blind, there are 1 million blind people who subsist at or below the poverty level. So you can see that this is a problem due to not being employable. Luckily, though, there's good news. That is that none of these conditions are fatal. A blind or visually impaired person can live a completely normal, happy, healthy life. There are two things that we can do to make this happen. Number one is to educate the public, to knock down the barriers. The other thing is for us to personally get educated and become employable. Now, how do we do this? According to the American Federation of the Blind, they state that the number one vehicle for becoming employable is going through vocational rehab of the various 50 states. Every state has one of these agencies. Unfortunately, though, these agencies are underfunded and many times do a poor job at being able to place candidates. So there are many things that we can do. We can advocate for ourselves. According to the Journal of Visually Impaired and Blindness, you can go through the rehab system, or you can also go through the private sector. Now, one of the things that I've done personally is I've joined a project initiative called Project Starfish. My wife and I are both members. This is a group of blind people that are learning business acumen. They get together, they go on calls, they speak to people who mentor them in business. They teach them the ways of doing proper business. We use the internet. We work virtually at home. We're able to function and possibly make money along the way by learning these skills. So in conclusion, I would like to say that it's possible for blind and visually impaired people to be good employees. I've spoken to many who hire the blind and disabled. They say that oftentimes they make better employees. They're better listeners. They are more on time and have less absenteeism. This is because they can appreciate how difficult it is to find work. They're oftentimes more serious than our sighted counterparts. So let me say in conclusion, thank you once again for being here, and say that we can become employable by using our skills and praying to God that He help us and watch over us, and that anything is possible if you help us advocate, if you mentor us, and we support each other. God bless and thank you.